Yes guys, Jake251, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about, because Tuchel's leaving at the end of the season for Bayern Munich. I'm sure a lot of Chelsea fans would like him back at the club. So we're gonna start from like last season. So early-ish last season, we sacked Thomas Tuchel. With new owners, a lot of people weren't happy about it. Yeah, and then we brought in Graham Potter, who I think we can all admit he weren't the right replacement if we were to replace him. Didn't work out. He got sacked probably too late. Then we brought in Bruno. He was just an interim manager. I think he was one of Poch's coaching staff. But then Frankie Lampard came as an interim towards the end of the season, and then Pochettino has took over. And still now. First of all, we need to say that Poch probably won't get sacked. As much as I think he should, I don't think he's been good enough. I think 10th place is not good. I don't think Poch is telling these players that they're underperforming, and I think the standards are too low at this club. Not just from the manager, to be fair, but from the owners. Going on to the topic of Tuchel, should we bring him back? Tuchel is an amazing manager. I don't care what anyone says. At one point, I respect everyone's opinion on this, but don't lie. At one point, he was top 3 managers in England. I'm 100% now. To win a Champions League with the first half of the season we had with Lampard, and which was going back a few years ago now, 3 years ago-ish, was just unreal. Then he went to we got Champions League football, it's all good. That was the sort of Tuchel was the sort of time that I started going international. I went to Dortmund away, which unfortunately I wasn't very well on the game day. But then went to Real Madrid away. It's an amazing experience, both of them. And Tuchel, sort of, especially at that time I started going to even more matches, Tuchel means a lot to me. And I think you're going to hear a lot of Tuchel means a lot to me. Now, do I think you should bring Tuchel back? Yes, to be honest, because I don't think there's any great options available. Yes, Jose Mourinho will be great, but then he's a bit old and style. Listen, if it's him or Poch, Jose is a winner, Poch isn't. So I'm definitely going with Jose Mourinho. But then when you get Tuchel available, you're like, well, there's someone available at the end of the season. Maybe either keep Poch till the end of the season, or if Jose would go for it, do him as an interim. I definitely don't like the idea of bringing Frank Lampard till the end of the season. I think that would just make it worse. So 100% keep Poch to the end of the season, or if you can get Mourinho. Now, we're talking about this because a lot of people say Tuchel haven't done a great job with Bayern, and I've seen a lot of videos about Tuchel have destroyed Bayern Munich, and to be honest, that's complete clickbait. I say my opinions on this channel. I don't lie. If something's a fact, it's a fact, but I don't go off other people, all of what they say. I try and develop my opinions, but I'm sorry, he hasn't destroyed Bayern Munich. Right, I watched the video, it was a short, right? And it was talking about how he barely won the league. Yeah, he has barely won the league, but you look at how many times Bayern Munich have won the league last 10 years. Like, they've won it all. Like, that's just amazing. Like, it's got to stop somewhere else. And before any guys talks about Pochettino and PSG, it's very different. You look at the Bundesliga teams; they're a lot more of a threat. Like Dortmund. Dortmund, Leipzig, Freiburg are coming up. What other teams? Like, you look at the Bundesliga and there's some players that were very good. Like, you look at Mönchengladbach, they're going down the table. They nearly got relegated last year in the Bundesliga. And they've got some really good players. They had Turan. They had Ben Sabini who's gone to Dortmund and done things. But, like, that's just one example of teams that are a good team, but looking at they're nearly going down. Like, Bundesliga is a competitive league. So, listen, I'm not saying he shouldn't have won it, but what I'm saying is it's not as simple as you win the league. And people saying, oh, he lost to a DFB Pokal, third division, whatever. Right, he lost one match. Like, no one judges a manager of one match. Like, Tuchel lost 5-2 against West Brom. Still one of Chelsea's better managers in the last 10 years. Not the best, probably, but better managers. Yeah. Tuchel is an amazing manager. Like, he's just quality. Like, how do I explain Thomas Tuchel for someone that doesn't understand how much joy he brings to my heart? Now, yeah, will the owners bring Tuchel in? Absolutely not. Will they sack Poch? Not very likely. I do think if we don't get, I don't even know, like, if we finish 10th, they might sack him, but then again, who do you bring in? Taking Tuchel to the side, who do you bring in? Jose Mourinho, who's a bit old and stuff. I mean, he's a good manager, but then, I know there's a couple of managers, but none of them I'm sort of happy with. Now, the standards are too low at this club, it's the problem. We're not expected to get Champions League football. Champions League football, a rebuild, which is really silly wording it like that, considering going from like 12th last year and we've gone to 10th. Right, 14th, I just want to make the next 40 years, we shouldn't be looking at that. Alright, 12th, sorry. We shouldn't be near that. Right, a bad season for us should be Europa League at the very least. Like a rebuild, alright, we get 4th instead of 3rd we could have got, or we get 5th or 6th. Alright, I'm not really happy with 5th or 6th, but you know what, we'll take it if we end up being a bit better team. No, we go to 12th, then we're 10th, and we're acting like this is progress. Come on now. Standards are too low. And when we talk about the rebuild, I just want to say we won the Champions League the year before, right? Some of our players were a bit old and in a bit of a state. Yeah. You don't rebuild like that after Champions League, and we sold so many players. Mason Mount, who I'm happy we sold after obviously he's a bit of a traitor. He's a bit of a traitor for Chelsea, but we sold so many players. Jorginho, obviously Kante went to Saudi. I don't think he was involved in the Chelsea squad as much in the last 2 years, but then there's still key players. Kovacic, Man City. They're just a few examples, and I could, for more, Aspilicueta, I could go on this for so much longer. And we've changed so much after winning the Champions League. Like, right, they sacked Tuchel because of a little bit of a poor start. Okay, alright, fair enough, right? And you want to do a rebuild, and you don't think Tuchel is your thing. So then if you think that's a poor start, then why do you bring in Graham Potter? Like, what was he ever going to do? But I want to stop talking about last season. It's now. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to remember it. I want to talk about now. Tuchel is a progressive manager. Look, I know after 2 years he kind of fades apart. Listen, I didn't like sacking Tuchel, but I was more mad about bringing Graham Potter in than anything. I thought if you had someone on the line, listen, you had an amazing up-and-coming manager who weren't Graham Potter coming up the line, and I mean, I can see where they're going, but I can't really see where they're going with Potter, personally. But then, look right now, Tuchel is one of the best managers in Europe. He is. I'm not saying he's the best, and I'm honestly, to be blatantly honest, I don't want to admit it, but Tuchel is not as good as he used to be. I'm at Chelsea, I think. Then when he went to PSG, got him in the final. I think at Chelsea was one of his best moments, one of the best peaks he's had. If you ask him why are we talking about Tuchel, is because I think a lot of people are happy after the last few results. Villa 3-1 win, well done. Beating Crystal Palace, congratulations. You have beaten Crystal Palace. You've beat Palace, like, generally. It's not an achievement. Villa, fair enough, even still. Right, then you go to City. 1-0. Wow, well done. You know what? You're doing well. Fair enough, Poch. A lot of your decisions were fair enough. Right, and I'm talking to the half time, right? Then you thought, oh, let's just defend, sit back here, let them attack us, let them do what they're good at. Listen, Man City, whether anyone likes or not, they're not going to admit it because they like a draw, right? for that game. So I get why, but why I don't. But like Man City should have scored a lot more in that second half. They should have, and they should have battered us 2-1. Not battered us, but beat us 2-1, maybe 3-1. Like you look at Erling Haaland, who hasn't got the best record against Chelsea. If he converted them chances, honestly, it was literally scary as a football fan. Him getting in the box, getting a header, but just missing it. Like, sort of City, a lot of people are happy. They think, oh, draws. But, like, I think we are lucky to get a draw out of that game, personally. First half, brilliant, 100%. People were working hard, but second half was terrible. And I just think it's just described as poch, to be honest. Like, it's the poch tax, isn't it? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a poch tax. You will get good results every now and again. And you will play decent attacking football at times, but he's never going to do the job to a great standard. Now, it's my video on Tuchel. I know I talked about it a lot in the past. But the reason why I did that is I wanted to give you guys some sort of reason why a lot of Chelsea fans really like Thomas Tuchel and enjoy him as a manager. But I also wanted to trying to show you guys and talk about it. It's not just about we love him as a manager. Like, we think he's amazing, you know. I think it's more about, well, who else is available, and Poch is not good enough. Right, if more managers come available, then we can reassess options, and I'll make another video talking about the managers, and I will continue to do so. Apologies, there won't be more like talking videos this week. I've come back with a bit of a flu, but hope you enjoyed the video. Smash like.